America is rejecting the violent uprisings on college campuses, and it doesn't matter who you are. Republican, Democrat, Independent. We've seen enough. We have had enough. Clean this mess up already. Way past time. It's another terrible week for Joe Biden and the American education system. And President Biden finally decided to come out of hiding this morning and make a few comments after being MIA on the issue for the past many weeks. And instead, they were trotting out Karine Jean-Pierre to do the president's talking. That hasn't been going so well. So Biden's team at the White House decided to inject him with whatever hot cocktail of stimulants they use so they can make sure he can stand upright for a couple of minutes at least, and then shuffle him out. Here's what he had to say.
Peaceful protest in America. Violent protest is not protected. Peaceful protest is. It's against the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. Threatening people, intimidating people, instilling fear in people is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Dissent is essential to democracy, but dissent must never lead to disorder or to denying the rights of others so students can finish the semester and their college education. Look, it's basically a matter of fairness. It's a matter of what's right. There's the right to protest, but not the right to cause chaos.
Oh, they're nice words and all, but unfortunately, this message is much too late. It's the first comment he has made since April the 22nd. First comment, much too late. And despite claims to the contrary by the Biden administration and his team, he managed to play both sides again. Quibbling, waffling. Here it is.
There should be no place on any campus, no place in America for anti-Semitism or threats of violence against Jewish students. There is no place for hate speech or violence of any kind, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or discrimination against Arab Americans or Palestinian Americans. It's simply wrong. There's no place for racism in America.
But have you seen any racial discrimination against Palestinians or Muslims in general in any of this campus mayhem? I haven't. What I've seen is America being very welcoming to these people, perhaps too welcoming, as immigrants from the Middle East have flowed into this country for years and years. There's been an attempt to bring them in, but no attempt at immigration and integration into American culture. Not at all, it seems. And some of the violent mobs are yelling, "Death to America, death to America." Did you ever imagine in your lifetime that you would see this kind of open hatred on your own country? Open season on America, right out in the open. Right now at George Washington University, the big statue of the first president of the United States is dressed up with a headscarf, and a Palestinian flag is his cape. It's not okay. What I can tell you is this: it's an absolute political disaster for Joe Biden and his administration. Axios came out yesterday and said, "Where is Joe Biden?" Democrats know this is a disaster. And it demonstrates once again that Joe Biden and his team have no ability to deal with the crisis. None. Even some of the most ardent supporters have lost the ability to defend whatever Joe Biden is doing and whatever is happening. But before I get to that, let's take a look at what happened just last night. We're going out to the West Coast now. UCLA. California Highway Patrol riot police moved into the pro-Hamas encampment there. The so-called students set up there. More than half, by the way, not students, according to the arrests. And I say it that way because we now know these protests were not organic. They were bankrolled, organized by others, by race hustlers. And that raises a whole new amount of disturbing questions like, who is funding these organizations? More importantly, why? I'll get to that in a bit. But what I want you to take a look at is this. Watch this video. A UCLA pro-Hamas encampment surrounded by barricades, sheets of plywood, making a kind of makeshift wall, if you will. The police tried to tear it down, but I find it interesting and ironic that the pro-Hamas protesters, terrorists in training, decided to build a wall around their encampment to keep it safe from those on the outside. Is this irony lost in everyone else, or do you see this? These are the same people that welcome anyone across our open southern border. Hell, the Biden administration is looking to bring Palestinians into the United States, like I said, by the hundreds of thousands. And this is the wall the Egyptians built. Look at this. This is the wall the Egyptians built to keep the Palestinians out of their country. You need to ask yourself, if building a wall is good enough for these pro-Hamas protesters in Islamic countries like Egypt, why are they all against building a wall here?